The Jamaica government should be blamed for the murder of the police officer who was killed in St. Thomas. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Although the police high command is condemning the killing of a district constable who responded to reports of suspicious men in the community of York District, St. Thomas on Monday, February 13, we think that they should be blamed. 37-year-old District Constable Mark Forsyth was assigned to the Trinityville Police Station in St. Thomas. About 3:40 p.m., Forsyth was alerted by citizens of strange men seen in the community. He summoned assistance from colleagues while he responded. Forsyth was, however, greeted by gunmen who opened fire, hitting him multiple times. The men also opened gunfire on citizens who tried to assist the injured police officer. The High Command is also expressing condolence to the family, colleagues, and friends of the slain district constable as the constabulary continues to mourn the loss. But the family should not accept any condolence from the police high command either. And it is said that the policeman was off duty and had no weapon, so he called the station for backup and the gunmen spot him and killed him before the police team got there. The Jamaica government should be ashamed and get blamed for this policeman's death. Most policemen when off duty have no weapon and many are denied permit when they apply to have private gun license. Every policeman, whether on duty or off duty, should have a gun for protection. Likewise, all citizens. Shame on the hierarchy of the police and the Jamaican government. The blood of this man is on your shoulder. Over here in the United States, a white supremacist who murdered 10 black people in a racist attack at a Buffalo, New York supermarket has been given a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Peyton Gendron, a 19-year-old convict, was told by the judge that he deserved no mercy and that his ignorant, cruel, and terrible ideology, which caused the death of the 10 individuals on May 14 of 2022, had no place in society. A victim's family charged the attacker at the sentencing, but he was quickly restrained by the police in the room. Unfortunately, I think. Prosecutors later announced that he would not face any charges. I'm so sorry he never got a chance to get his hand around that killer's neck. Back in Jamaica, the Jamaica Prime Minister is under corruption probe, following its conclusion that Prime Minister Andrew Holness might have had a say in the decision to award millions of dollars in government contracts to the firm of a business associate. The Integrity Commission forwarded a report detailing an alleged conflict of interest involving him to the Director of Corruption Prosecution. The investigation centers on claim that contracts were given to Westcom Construction Limited and that there is a connection and tie between the owners of the identified organization and the Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who was at the time the Minister of Education, Youth and Information. And the report said the contract awarded to Westcom Construction through the Ministry of Education totaled some $21.8 million. State of public emergencies have been declared in St. Anne, Clarendon, and Kingston Western Police Division yesterday. The 14-day emergency measures began at just after 12 a.m. midnight this morning. The announcement came after the Office of the Prime Minister's Wednesday announcement, and it said the police high command in those divisions have reported an increase in criminal activities since January 1st. The Clarendon Police Division had the third highest number of murders across all police divisions, with a total of 15 murders and 4 shootings over the period January 1st of this year to February 7th. For the St. Anne Police Division, there were 11 murders. Regarding the Kingston Western Police Division, the police commissioner noted that it has so far had the highest number of murders and shooting incidents across all police divisions, with a total of 20 murders, 12 shootings from January 1st of 2023 to February 7th. St. James is in second place with 17 murders up to February 7th, and Westmoreland and St. Catherine had 11. And I would also like to get the Western Police Division totals to date because on Valentine's Day there were 4 murders in St. James alone and 1 in Westmoreland, and that was only one day. The decomposed body of a woman was found in Orange Valley District in Louisdale in St. Catherine on Tuesday afternoon. The body is believed to be that of 56-year-old Angela Buchanan, otherwise called Imo, from Union District in Louisville. It was reported at about 4 p.m. residents saw a decomposed body and summoned the police. Upon arrival, the police investigated and realized that the body was that of a female. Last Thursday, Miss Buchanan was reported missing at the Shady Grove police station by a relative. And after reportedly breaking into a home on Thursday, February 2nd and inflicting chop wounds on its residents before robbing the residents, a man has now been charged with burglary and injuring with intent. charges Ryan Bell, 34 years old, also known as Not Nice of Bogwalk in St. Catherine. According to reports from the Bogwalk police, Bell entered a home in his neighborhood about 2 a.m. while carrying a machete. He then reportedly inflicted wounds on the three residents before fleeing. A report was made to the police and an investigation launched, which led to Blair's arrest on Sunday, February 12. Meanwhile, gunmen killed two persons in Manchester yesterday morning. The attack happened on a main road in Kendal at about 12:15. The deceased are Shamoy Borak, 22, of Glentown in Comapen, St. Elizabeth, and Damian Robinson, 29, also known as Bleachers, a painter from Manchester's Mike Town neighborhood. According to investigation, the deceased were among three passengers in a grey Toyota Mark X when attackers opened fire on the car. Robinson and Bora were pronounced dead when they arrived at hospital. Another passenger was unharmed. Onto sports. The West Indies defeated Zimbabwe by an innings and 4 runs on day 3 of the second and final test in Bulawayo to win the series 1-0 under the direction of spinner Gorakesh Moti, who continued his superb bowling performance. In the post-lunch session, Moti, who was awarded Player of the Match, he took 6 for 62 from 17.3 overs to dismiss Zimbabwe for 173 in their second innings. Following up on his 7 wickets for 37 for the first innings, the Guyanese finished the game with 13 wickets. Moti, who was also voted Player of the Series, surpassed Sonny Ramdin's 11 for 152 against England, which was set in 1950 when the West Indies spinner with the best test bowling numbers. The West Indies were dismissed for 292 in their first innings reply after resuming on 290 for 8. Holder failed to add to his overnight 3 runs while fellow overnight batsman Moti was left not out on 11. And scores in the match: the West Indies 292, Zimbabwe in the first innings were 115, and in the second 173 for a grand total of 288. Therefore, the West Indies did not need to bat again. Onto football, Jamaica under-17 Reggae Boys lost 2-1 against Guadeloupe in the CONCACAF World Cup qualifier. The young Reggae Boys took the lead through Ronald Barrett in the 41st minute. However, Jamaicans handed Guadeloupe the advantage in numbers when Nashon Bolt Barrett picked up his second caution of the game for rough play and was given a red card. From then on, it was pressure, and Guadeloupe scored twice to hand the Jamaicans their first defeat. And after Sunday's opening 4-2 win over Cuba, a win would have seen the young boys advance to the knockout stage, but now they will have to win their next game to qualify. And Jamaica will next play Costa Rica today. Costa Rica has won their 2 games and they already with 6 points. Jamaica with 3 points from the 1 win and 1 loss must win today to go through. And if you missed the news on this radio station, please go to YouTube and type in Jamaican Undiluted News. Listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. That's going to be news and sports on your favorite community radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.